Hey everybody, welcome back to another World of Warships Wednesday. This battle is actually from July 5th, and I forgot I had it. And I was looking for a good battle to put together for this Wednesday, and found this one. I actually found my screen caps from the end of mission results screens where I had 4 kills and thought, I don't remember having a 4-kill Mutsuki battle. So here we are. I found the videos for it, and here we are. So this is the early part of the mission to get the Mikasa, which I just finished yesterday on Monday. So that's kind of neat, actually seeing this battle again. This was right after I'd gotten home from my vacation back to New York. So starting out, we've got, I just recently got the 10-kilometer torpedoes. This might have been my first battle with them, or my second or third. But it's pretty early on. I don't have the final hull for the Mutsuki in this battle yet either. So you'll see I've still got 4 main deck guns, but I've got 10-kilometer torpedoes, so. And that has probably got to be one of the best names I've seen in World of Warships yet, right there. Bravo, sir. Bravo.
Smokescreen set.
If only your sailing and steering your ship was as good as your clever name coming up with. Dope! He parked that sucker like John F. Kennedy with PT-109. Alright, so the Nievny beaches himself, and I just unfortunately do not take good advantage of a stationary target. By the time he gets moving backwards, I've barely reloaded, and just miss him on the next couple shots here. Just poor shooting. He is moving forward, which doesn't help, but still. It is, I will say, I've since put the final hull on the Mutsuki, and losing the 2 guns is not great. It's better, the extra HP is nice, but sometimes I miss having 4 guns to fire when I get into an unfortunate gunfiring situation, which I try to avoid with the Japanese destroyer, period. But if you gotta do it, it's usually nice to have 4 guns and not 2. It's also very nice to have the extra HP that the final hull brings along with it, so I guess it's up to you what you prefer to do. So I'm trying to score the first kill here, first kill of this battle on this Nievny. But he gets citadeled hard. Good night. Now this Clemson presents himself as the next target. He's a bit out of range, but shooting at him anyways, hoping that he'll move in closer. They're just outside. And I get a really cheap kill on this guy for the first kill of the battle. I feel bad about it. Because that Citadel right there, he should have been able to get the kill on it. But, and like I say in chat here coming up, what I thought when I was actually playing, I thought that my shells were in the air already when he Citadeled them. They really weren't. Watching the replay, I was firing about the same time that he Citadeled them, but to me, it looked like when I actually did this battle, it looked like my shells were already in the air when he got the Citadel, and there wasn't anything I could do about it. But anyway, that's kill number 1. And now we've got a bunch of ships over here well within range for my 10-kilometer torpedoes. So, punch the first ones off, and then switch over and start blasting away with my guns here, trying to start some fires. Burn up their repairs, and hopefully then I get torpedo hits, because the flooding does so much damage. They're basically just outside my range. Now this is amazing. Remember those torpedoes I shot off a few minutes ago? All the way back before I started talking about these other ships coming into range? Watch this. I was so mystified right here, like, where are these? What? Those are my torpedoes? And just dead amidships on the Svetlana. I couldn't believe it.
Torpedoes, direct front.
I'm sure he couldn't believe it either, but I fired those torpedoes off and thought, okay, well, whatever, those are done. Time to go shoot some guns at people, and then all of a sudden, here they come back into the screen, and one just dead amidships on that poor Svetlana. And then this New York presents himself, just slowly sailing along all by himself. Now, I probably should not have fired there, because I gave up the detection range, but he's not paying attention to me, and I am getting hits on him. I can still see his guns not tracking on me, so... Ordinarily now, I would not do this. I would not fire at him. I just keep working to get closer, and only fire at him once he detects me and fires at me. But I'm trying to get a fire going. So check out my torpedoes, and I think that spread's looking pretty good, honestly, myself, so... Haul back, zoom out, take a look, see what's gonna happen. Am I gonna get a hit? Am I gonna get a hit? I don't think I'm gonna get a hit, and then suddenly I get a hit. Good flooding and an incapacitation on his engine. Or a rudder, should have been his rudder. So he's stuck till he can fix it if he hasn't already used his, or if he has already used his repair, rather. So now, I've got this New York all by himself, and I'm gonna roll in on him, and amazingly, astonishingly, he's not shooting at me. I thought for sure when he fired right there, boy, those had my name all over them, but he's not shooting at me, he's shooting at somebody else. So now it's time to work it in closer to the New York.
Smoke screen set.
So he's well within torpedo range. We're going to punch him off ahead and then go back to trying to start fires on him. Just barely missed, probably. The third shell hitting up on his superstructure and probably starting a fire there. Now he's shooting at me. Now it's time to turn tail, shake the tail feathers, and get the heck out of here. And unfortunately, due to him shooting at me, I don't get a really good view on my torpedo spread, which is unfortunate. I do catch one hitting him, but it wasn't as good as it should have been. I should have been able to get a good run up to it, but regardless, they do hit him, and that's a finished off battleship for my third kill of the match. Now things get a little quiet here for a couple minutes while I try to turn around, reassess the situation, and find a new angle to shoot back into the battle, so... It's a little bit, little dull here, but the action's not over, as hopefully you could figure out by the title of the video. So, bringing her about, trying to figure out, checking out the mini-map. Let's see, which way do we want to go in and attack here? What do we have? What do we have? I know there's a couple of battleships way up north, so that's where I'm going to head. And I know it won't last forever, but if you look right here, I've actually got more kills than my entire team combined. All the rest of the team put together, I have more kills. Now I know that's not going to last, but it was funny at the moment. And it also doesn't happen that often for me in World of Warships. I'll get 1 or 2 per battle, but it's not usually like that. Usually it's in conjunction with everybody else at the same time, or we get totally wiped out. Those are pretty much the only options. So now I'm trying to be extra careful, cautious of my detection circle range here. Trying to figure out what's the best approach. Do I want to go around this island or just cut straight at these guys and then launch the torpedoes from just outside detection range?
Our victory is in sight.
We got a pretty good amount of score left to go, so that's nice. That's always a good thing. Down in the southwest there, the battle's pretty well in hand, it looks like. So I'm going to punch the first bit of torpedoes off, and now I'm going to decide to roll around. I decide to go around the island, come speed up behind them, and try to get out behind them. Come up from behind, rather, and catch them with my torpedoes. Now, I probably also should not have shot there and blown my detection range, but at least it worked out in a fire. So, not the wisest move right there, and I wouldn't probably do that right anymore. Nowadays playing, I would only do that if and when I was detected and fired upon myself. Because then, by then they've already seen you, you might as well shoot. It does make your detection circle bigger for a moment or two afterwards, but if they've already seen you and they're firing at you, slam some rudder in and fire off and at least get some shots off. Maybe you can start a fire. Unless you can duck behind an island like I did here, and then your detection circle will go back down again, but it's all dependent on the situation. And amazingly, another hit. I'm sure that Warship had no idea where those torpedoes came from. Even though I fired on the Arizona, I'm sure he probably had no idea. And 12333, that makes me so happy, for reasons that I can't go into in this video. Alright, so just a tiny bit of hiccup there where I realized this match rather, is going very well. I should record this. So I DVR'd it up with Shadow Play and then hit a manual recording. So just a tiny little hiccup there for the, where I was trying to say... trying to call out a target, and then it said good luck instead. No, as a matter of fact, I know what happened there. Those are the buttons for the DVR recording is F10, which was the one that said good luck, and then F9 to do the manual recording was the other one for the manual. So that's why those two. I remember now why those two messages sent off. And watching here again, I'm trying to start a fire on this Arizona, and suddenly out of nowhere, yet again, the long-range torpedoes out of nowhere.
Battleship destroyed.
Got another one. I was just amazed. I mean, that's my third kill where I fired the torpedoes off from a pretty darn good distance. They were not point blank, and just picked somebody off with the torpedo spread eventually going. It's amazing. I tell you what, the Japanese ninja torpedoes are just so dangerous. And I looked at the commander skill to speed up the torpedoes at the expense of 20% of the range, and I just can't bring myself to do it because even though that would only knock the torpedoes down just a little bit, I mean, they'd still be 8-kilometer torpedoes and go faster and still be outside of my detection range. That brings it awfully close to the detection range, which I'm pretty sure is 7.5 kilometers. And that would make 8-kilometer torpedoes, and the 10-kilometer torpedoes are just so good and so fun. Alright, so the battle's about to end. My killing for the battle's over. I was closing in on this carrier, but you can see the score is creeping up there pretty well. They've also lost that battleship, so you can see there's not much left for them. And as you can see, unfortunately here, keeping me from getting my second Kraken in my career is just this island in the way and the clock working against me. So, too bad, because I really don't think the Bogue was going to get away from me. It doesn't look like he's got any airplanes left, and he certainly was not going to outrun, or he could have potentially outgunned me, but that would have basically been me sailing around him in circles, not shooting. And then the time runs out and the battle's over. So, I'll leave you guys with the final score screens, and hope you enjoyed this video. Personally, I really like World of Warships, and I can't wait till my World of Warships videos start getting more views. Hope you guys like it, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Take care, everybody.